Hey, good morning everybody. Thank you for clicking on this video. This is David Pendleton and we are going to be covering the pro level back nine opening round, all the wind angles, all the shots to help you get onto the final round. So in this video, you're going to see a few drops that are going to help you out on the back nine. And boy, did we leave a couple chances really close, especially the albatross on hole number 9, which is definitely very, very makeable. Very good wins on that hole. So stick with me. If you're not a subscriber, please become one. That would be awesome. And please take a moment there just to hit the thumbs up button and like the video. If you find any of my content helpful, that would be much appreciated. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to start off hole number 1. Hole number 1, we're getting just a little bit of a flicker of headwind here. So, for me, this time, I'm just going to use my extra mile. I'm going to go as much top spin as I can, combined with as much right side spin. Same thing for my landing position though. I do put the yellow ring right up there on the rough line, kind of in that little corner pocket where that fairway, has that little dip in it. But here, I'm not really using much overpower. I mean, just a tad. That's probably accidental, with just a little bit of curl to the right. Now you see here, I did have plenty of fairway left over to overpower. So if you wanted to use a little bit overpower, nothing wrong with that. Just don't go nuts with it because you don't want to accidentally, obviously clip that rough or that sand line there and then get stuck. Shot number 2 is really weird. So you're going to see here that I have 40% at mid. So boom, boom. What's the wind here? 6.1. So 3.7 is, what I suggest that we pull here on the rings. And I only show the app as I go here sometimes because, sometimes I come up with these huge elevation numbers and a lot of people have a hard time understanding that. Just keep in mind that the elevation of the hole always stays the same. If it's 10%, then it's 10%. But the reason that we change it in tournaments is because of wind angles, okay, and wind strength. And, in this angle, as you can see here, as I pull my rings, the 40% is basically going to work out. If I would have pulled it 10% and pulled way less rings, my shot wouldn't have been on as on target as it was. So you can see here we're at the hole, a little bit to the right, missed still, even at 40%. But we need to reduce the backspin a little bit because you can see we stopped short. So if we reduce the backspin a little bit and the ball comes faster towards the hole, then theoretically it shouldn't have as much time to kick to the right-hand side, okay? So that's why I would keep the elevation the same at 40%, and then you should be good to go. Now, hole number 2. Hole number 2 is kind of a dud for me. I mean, I still pick up the eagle. That's not a problem. But, the drive is very simple. We continue to play at 10% at max distance of our club. Fast forward this. Nobody wants to see all that. I know some people like to see the yardage, so we can keep it there for a second. And then shot number 2, I guess I'll just kind of give you a forewarning of what can happen. Shot number 2 here, you're going to see I don't really have the rough bump opportunity. So I back it up here, and I'm going to play the bounce over shot, kind of like we've been doing. But the thing about it is I have it lined up. I think I like the way I have it lined up. And then I go to adjust my rings, and you can see the spin here. But I go to adjust my rings, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to get caught in between clubs. And that's normally not an issue, but take a look at my shot clock. Shot clock's at 8 seconds. For me, I don't have enough time to mess around and readjust and get this thing online. So now I've got to go up to the top here with a max backspin shot, hit perfect, and now I'm just trying to, obviously save my eagle. So, which I did, but unfortunately I got caught in between clubs, and then my other account was a great shot, so it didn't really matter. So, I apologize about that, but sometimes, as Forrest Gump says, crap happens. But we try our best, man, and we just move on. Hole number 3, I am still struggling with on pro, and I'm assuming a lot of people are out there too, because normally on par 3s, If I got a viewer or two or a bunch that have a really good shot, and it's really consistent, meaning somebody's made it 2, 3, 4 times, I normally get it via Facebook, sent to my messenger. But so far, nobody is sending a consistent shot on this hole. And I can't find one either. I keep trying to play it the same way that I have been, and, I get mixed results. This one goes beyond the pin. Sometimes it comes up short. I wasted, 3 or 4 katanas in practice mode trying to get it figured out for everybody. But, it's a safe play right there. I just wish we could get this one to drop. That would be very nice. And I haven't had an opponent make it yet either. So that's different too. Normally I have an opponent make some shots. All right, hole number 4. This is one that we got an eagle. But, man, it's a hard drive. Okay, no lie. I mean, I'm struggling on it. And, I'm embarrassed to admit here, I went through, I think, 4, 5 berserkers on practice mode before I even came up with a shot that was consistent. Because sometimes the ball went too long. Sometimes it came up too short and went into the sand. So I'll just show you what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you 2 different drives. Okay, here you're going to see I go with max right side spin with the berserker. 2 bars of backspin. And I'm just trying to see how my ball guide line is over the sand. I was trying to put more backspin on it to where the ball guide line showed in the sand. And then I went with overpower and it didn't work out. It actually went too far. And then I went with pushing up to max. That didn't work out. Then I went with a regular shot. That didn't work out. So this is what I came up with. Just that 2 backspin, 2 right. You'll see the overpower amount here. It's not a lot. And then I'm curling until the right edge of my ball covers the right edge of the target there. So, you might want to rewind and take a look at that. But, 2 for 2. I came up in this area on the fairway, leaving an easy chip in. So that's what I'm going with there. If you don't like that shot, I can show you another shot here. This isn't going to be the most consistent shot either, but this is a shot that I was tinkering around with in practice. Thanks to Jeffrey, one of the members of the channel, was practicing this shot as well, so I thought I would give it a go. Now, the thing is when I was messing around with it in practice, I'm using a Titan with full top, one side spin to the left, and 10% at max. I didn't really have any problems making it through the trees. And even if you get stuck in the rough, there is a nice little funnel to the hole, which you can easily find. This right here was good. Stopping on the fringe I did a couple times, and that's a very easy chip in as well. But the problem is on some of the other drives that I had is it actually hit the green and then it rolled onto the back part of the green, leaving with a max distance putt, which was very difficult. All right, so now we're going to go into hole number 5. Hole number 5, you'll see here that I'm playing with not enough topspin. So, and that's unfortunate because the line was actually pretty good. And I'm just kind of zooming in here so you can see the line that I have. Now, again, this one's going to be totally wind strength dependent. I'm only having 6 mile/hour wind here. You could get hit with a lot heavier wind than I did. But you can see here that I'm kind of aiming on the left-hand side of that dark green vertical row. I'm sorry. I'm on the right-hand side of the dark green vertical row, kind of aiming at the pin. This is going to be played at 40% elevation at maximum distance. Now, I'll tell you, if you're going to get hit with higher wind, you need to do a couple different things. Because I did have some high wind in practice. You need to either offset this by a whole nother green row to the left, or you need to add yourself about 15% elevation and play at 55%. You can see here that the ball had a really nice line, but I didn't apply enough topspin to get that ball coming in at a good speed to get closer to the pin. So learn from that one there. I'm going to probably fast forward through this hole a little bit because there's not a whole lot for me to show you that I haven't done yet already in the previous 2 videos. But we're going to be playing with the berserker here. And I'm going to adjust my 10%, but then I'm going to push up 2 rings. So 1, 2. Now the reason that I do that is because I want to get a little bit of distance back on the drive. but I still want my ball, my needle here to be very controlled. That's a pretty good needle speed for a max overpower shot. That's the reason that I pushed up 2 rings instead of pushing back up to max. Now you can see here I get a very nice rollout and we're on to the fairway. The reason that I like playing this way is because even if you get stuck in the rough with a power 5 ball, you're easily able to make it to green. Now, I had an opponent here play the layup shot like we did in qualifying. He made a perfect shot, had no problems. He took his shot with his Guardian on shot number 2 and somehow kicked off the front of the green into the sand. That's the reason why I don't like laying up on this hole, is I've done that a couple times and it's cost me tournaments before. So I always go this way now. This is the way I play it. I do not play it for an albatross. I'm just playing this thing for the eagle. But that's it as far as that hole goes. That's hole number 6. And then we go on to hole number 7. All right, hole number 7. This one you guys can get. This one I'm confident in. 20% at mid. I want you to notice here I'm going with 6 bars of backspin. It's too much, which is aggravating. So we need to go like maybe 5.7. But what I do know is that in 5.3 miles per hour wind, somewhere around this wind strength, again, move it just a little bit based off your wind strength, either closer to the hole or further away. But check this out. I'm aiming right there to the left of the pin. I'm still in the dark green row, but kind of the top left-hand corner of the dark green row. This was 6 bars of backspin, so keep that in mind. Definitely a very makeable hole-in-one here. You can see the shot is dead on with the offset, so we really like that. I mean, we missed this one just barely to the front of the pin. So just reduce that backspin, and I do think you're going to be okay there on hole number 7. All right. Hole number 8, easy drive. Again, we've been playing this the exact same way all tournament long. We're just taking a normal shot here with our quarterback. We're playing at 10% at max. And we kick this ball up the fairway. It's looking good. 308 yards. It's going to take us in for shot number 2, in which we play 20% at max. Now, this hole's been good to me. I don't get it here. This one kind of misses pretty good. Not really pretty good, but, I hit this one in the qualifying and in the front 9. We can only hope we get it at least once in the final round. There you can see my set point. I'm pretty much aiming directly at the pin. 20% elevation pull. Perfect ball. But you'll see here, this one misses to the right-hand side by about probably a green square and a half. So not the best shot, but, it is what it is. You can kind of tweak with the spin adjustments there to get yourself closer. Now, hole number 9, this is it. Definitely appreciate you watching. Please remember to take a moment there to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. The drive is the same I've played all tournament. 5 top, 1 right, yellow ring by the rough. 10% elevation at max. Perfect ball. And we're good to go here. Great drive. Now, 15% at mid is how we're going to play this one. 15% at mid. You're going to see here I'm going with about 3 bars of backspin, no side spin. I'm going to let the wind do the work instead of using side spin. Take a notice here at my set point. Okay, so you can see where I'm aiming at, definitely to the right-hand side of the hole. My ball guideline beyond the pin because we are getting headwind. Now remember, this is with 3 bars of backspin. If we're looking to be exact, the end of my ball guideline is in the same square that the pin is located at, but on the right corner. Hopefully that makes sense for everybody. This is one of those shots you wish you could get back, right? We make our adjustment. We're taking a normal shot here We're not underpowered. We're not overpowered. And we're just going to do that. So here's what we know. The 15% is good. We know that that setup spot, that offset looks really nice. And we're super close. So, you know, had I played this one with, what, 2.7, 2.8 bars of backspin, that would have been a nice little albatross to pick up. Hey, anyways, that is it. I hope you liked the video. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and let me know how you do in the comments. Have a great day.